Hey everybody, welcome to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T. It's good to see you. I'm coming at you from the creation cave downstairs here. We're going to be working tonight on some more Abyssal Dwarves for our good friend Cal. I'm just going to get some tunes lined up here. There we go. All right. Give us a little volume there. We're good to go. We're good to go. So I had a very nice stream the other night. It was a lot of fun seeing everybody again and kind of talking with them. And we had grumpy old Slan. We had Dungeon Minister, Road March, Robert Phillips. All the gang was here, and I'm all for it. I had a good time the other night. So thanks for coming, everybody. I do appreciate it. Let me get my secondary camera working here. All right. Bam! There we go. We got it. Nice. And then I'll put me over here. You can see the lovely work area we have. Sauce up the banner, and we are good to go. All right. If you're new to Paint Minis Live, welcome. We do exactly what it says on the tin here. We paint minis. We paint them live. Again, we're going to be working on some orcs tonight. These were some wonderful orcs sent in by our viewer Cal for painting. And I really enjoy these guys. I've had a lot of fun with doing some little highlights here and there on their cloth kind of shirts, as well as doing stuff with the babies on the shields. This guy's maybe a little bit more he's a bit further along in the painting process, but I think they're turning out pretty well. How's it going, Todd? Good to see you. All right. So I'm just going to get right into it here. We've got... I need to find my silver. Wherever my silver ran off to. I wonder what Tonka Todd has in store for game night. If you don't know, Tonka Todd's been working on a really cool game called Wildlands. It's a very interesting RPG setting to be a part of, or to be in, with some cool different races and different mechanics. But I tend to partake in Todd's games on Saturday. I'd like to go and play again. I just unfortunately have like scheduling snafu after scheduling snafu this week for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get. This is just some Pro Acryl silver from Monument Hobbies. It's quite a nice color. I think it'll do well for what we need it to tonight. Just a nice drop of paint. So I'm starting the stream early tonight so that I can get some good work done on these orcs. The highlighting process is like the longest bit of the painting process in my mind. It just takes time. grab me a glove real quick. Always good to check your paint, and I tend to just wipe it right on my glove to see the consistency of my paint prior to putting it on the model. So, and you can kind of see that there. It's a pretty good consistency, even on like the unprimed vinyl there. Just do a little highlighting on his pauldron here. Kind of doing the edge highlight method. Just running my brush back and forth along those raised edges there for a little extra pizzazz. Collecting Chaos. Hey, how's it going? I saw you cracking open some of those comics the other day. I think it was like you had I think there was a Superman in there that you were cracking open some cases on. I was talking about that just the other night too. I was surprised those cases held up pretty good, man. You had to go at that thing with a chisel. Pretty cool comics though. I had a good time watching a little bit of that just the other day. It looks like those comics though. It looks like they held up really well for their age. I'm impressed. Some of those books that you have on your show are in such good condition for how old they are. And those are some old books. For granted the material they're using, I guess, to produce them is that's kind of probably not the best for long-term hold-up. Okay. Holy man. 1938. Now that is a pretty old comic. Also, it's good that they're gonna go look into that. I know there's some people that have some of those old comic books, man, and they are just they are relics. Yeah, some of them are really relics. Plus, what a big part of Americana too. That was a big part of culture and history for a while there. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a good point. I'm gonna back this off just a little bit here. There we go. Just to give me a little bit more room. I'm still learning how to be a cinematographer and how to film my works. But I've been enjoying your stuff though, Collecting Chaos. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get into it. I just, I try and spread the love around as much as possible, uh, everywhere that I can, to all of the nerds out there. Um, but I like what you're making. That is, you got some cool stuff going on. So keep up the good work. Kind of give him this visor look. Some of these highlights. You know, I have to ask, as long as we have the professional in the house, from you collecting chaos, have you heard of the series Watchmen? The series Watchmen, the comic books Watchmen. I believe it's a comic series. Because I saw somebody talking about it the other day, and it sounded kind of intriguing. But I'm not. You know, I think I've read maybe one graphic novel in my life. You know, just wondering if it's worth the time to go out and search and try and pick it up. If it's a good story, you know, because it's a bit intriguing. Ooh, a baseball card under the microscope. Okay, that's pretty cool. Watchmen should be required reading for anyone that likes comics. Okay, yeah. Like I said, it sounded cool. The conversation was kind of an interesting one surrounding it. So I'm happy to hear that it's probably worth the time and effort to go and check it out and see if I can't track it down a little bit. I personally haven't been super into comics myself. Probably because I already have I have so many hobbies that already eat away at my wallet that I think picking up another collectible hobby would be financial suicide. But I would like to read some of these big mainstay comic books at some point in my life. I really want to do that. Just read some of those that are very important to the I guess the story-wise culture of comic books. You know, some of the Superman ones, you know, or whatever I can get my hands on. I just kind of give everything a little bit of a try. I like to do that. I like to give everything just a little bit of a shot. Let's check. It looks like I'm kind of drifting off shot there a little bit. There we are. Holy man. Okay, that is some pretty staggering numbers right there. That is it is that good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that is some seriously staggering numbers though. If it's that good. I'm excited now. Okay. So I'm just gonna organize our pile of orc. Um, holy man, that's pretty insane. Required reading indeed. Collecting chaos. Required reading indeed. Let's see. You aren't. Have you been highlighted? Yes, you have been highlighted. You've been highlighted. You've been highlighted. Okay, all these guys have kind of been put to the same category. Do you have any other like personal recommendations of comic books that you think are really good? Preferably ones that are short series or like, smaller series. The Dark Knight Returns. Okay. I'm gonna take just a moment here. It's getting a little warm. Take this guy off. I watched it's probably absolutely very little bearing from maybe the original comic book story, but I did watch the movie adaptation of Shazam last night. I watched, I think it was last night, yeah, Shazam and Shazam 2. I watched both of those. Oh my god, it was hilarious. Just the concept alone is good. I'm not gonna lie. I liked the concept of Shazam. I'm usually not really a DC guy, but like, yeah, Shazam was funny. I liked it. All right. Back to our Orxies. Man, I'm gonna be so happy when these guys are done. We're so close. All we've got to do is just do the armor highlights, a little touch up here and there, and then we're gonna wash it all, and kind of. I think we're gonna be pretty much done with those guys. They're very close. Okay. All right. Kind of longer ones. It would be really fun. I'd like to at some point. I'd like to have like a little. I'd like to do a little interview with you, collecting chaos, and pick your brain about these comics and your stuff. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I've contemplated about doing stuff like that in the past. With other folks, and I kind of am starting to think it would be a good idea. So if you're interested, I'd like to put something together for the future. I'm currently kind of laser focused in on these orcs and stuff, but when they're done and on their way back to California, like, let's talk about it. I think it'd be great, because It's cool. It's cool. It's a really. And I'd like to hear more about your collection and just sit down and talk with you. Now I need to go and find this like black silver that I used for their armor. I kind of need that. Okay. Yeah. Wolverine is pretty cool. Yeah. Oop. And at some point I'm gonna organize all this. I just know it. I can feel it deep down in my bones. That one day I'll have all of this organized. How large is your comic book collection, collecting chaos? I know, if I remember right, it's definitely in the thousands if I remember right, because you were doing a cataloging. You were doing cataloging at one point. You were talking about it in the chat. There's our bronze. Alright. New project. Organize the paint real quick. 20,000 total? Holy crap. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. But hey, I got a lot of paint, so, you know, I can totally understand. That's pretty sweet though. So how do you store all of those? Because that's quite a bit of material to store, you know. I mean, obviously, you're protecting it with you know, the ones that have value or whatever you do. But I mean, like, is it like bankers boxes? Do you have them filed if you want to like look at them, or like how do you store them? Because that is a pretty large collection. This is kind of a me project that you're watching live, but like I had this sorted at one point. It's sorted no longer. There's our dark silver that I needed, but I'm just gonna see if I can't try and organize the paint bucket a little bit better so that the colors are more relevant, easy to grab. Oh well. I guess we're just gonna have to leave it till later. Again, I really want to cut myself some paint racks at some point here. Okay, you have boxes that are made for comics, and then you have them on racks. Cool, cool. I kind of suspected some kind of system like that, you know. Just because that is a serious collection for sure. Do you know what, like, do people that collect these things, are they do they do anything in particular, like, I know a lot of people collect them and they, you know, they like having them for a long time, and then eventually their collection, it's got to go somewhere. either they're moving or something happens or they're just trying to downsize it. Like I know probably a lot of them are put on the private market, but like is it common at all for people to try and donate comic books to like say some type of museum? Is that a thing? Now that's the smart that's the smart road. I have a lot of colors mainly for expediency for the show, and then on top of that, like um, I try and stay with a lot of like true pigments for like the show pieces and stuff. Because as soon as you start adding white or black and start changing the hues on colors or mixing them together, sometimes you can get a little bit wacky results that are unexpected, and especially if you're working on a model that somebody's paid you for. Uh, I try to leave out all of the things that could go wrong. So okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. That is pretty cool. Yes, you are our next contender here. Hey, if you got all the primary colors of paint, you already got it in the bag for sure because you can mix any color from there. It's just a matter of time and patience, I suppose. That's a big one. A little red and blue together to make a little purple, or for sure. I mean, paint mixing and doing a little bit of that. That's I'm still kind of working my way there as a painter. I like to think that I can make some pretty good looking work within my own art style, but like I think my next big challenge as a painter is going to be to incorporate stuff like dynamic lighting, or like trying to visualize that the light is coming from over here and hitting the model, or it's coming from this side and hitting the model, or from below. Maybe it's a campfire and it's nighttime, so you're gonna have a lot of purples that are in the shadows, and then a lot of then some blues and some reds and orange and yellow, and it's all coming from a certain angle. That's kind of going to be my next big challenge as a painter to kind of tackle, is going to be some of those dynamic lighting slash different styles of highlighting for models. I'm still working my way there though, so don't take what I say as any type of official got to do it that way stuff. Just do it your own way. Take painting at your own pace. That's what I would like to tell everybody. If you're having fun doing what you're doing, keep doing it because it's fun, and that's the whole reason why we're here. Vibrant blue, yeah, it can definitely change it. It can definitely change it. Like tinting colors for sure. If you're gonna add, like, if you've got a whole bunch of blue and you add just a drop of red, doing a little tinting kind of thing. Yeah, zenithal highlighting for sure is I I've done that before on models, and it's it is a very efficient way of doing things. Um, I I enjoy it, doing a good zenithal. It helps me. I've never really experienced kind of the uh, I suppose the true goal of it, which is to kind of give your model a ton of like dynamic contrast. It works really well with like speed paints and those very inky consistency type paints like that, that are kind of designed to show off that trick. For me, I've done it in the past just to see where the shadows might be and where I would want to place my highlights and um, other such little gimmicks like that. And it's worked out pretty well. And I'm still of the school of thought that, you know, if it looks good to you, it looks good to you. Just get there however you get there. It's about the journey. It's definitely one of those it's one of those things for sure that's it's almost like chemistry in a way that, you know, you just kind of have to accept it as fact, face value kind of thing. And work from there. There's some pretty strange color combos out there that'll get you some interesting results for sure. I can't think any off the top of my head since I'm just kind of concentrating on this little armor paladin here. Hey, what's going on, Chuckles? How you doing? Good to see you. You are a smart cookie, Chaos. You are a smart cookie. I've only seen one other painter so far pull off that kind of trick, or like, you know, uses that trick regularly. I forget her channel name, but she uses those LED lights that you can select the color on. And she'll do it in like red, blue, and purple or whatever from different angles to, and then like kind of match up where these things overlay from different points of light. It's really that's like a whole nother deal. I just said, hey there, Chuckles, how you doing? Good to see you. Bumblebee is a good friend of mine. How you doing tonight, Chuck? You living and breathing out there, buddy? So his arm is looking a heck of a lot better now with a little extra contrast on it. Some highlights. Hey, what's going on, Jack boy? He's in the house. Oh, gotta love some burnt sienna. I think that was, oh, what did I use this burnt sienna on last time? I made some wood out of it. I made a wooden shield with some burnt sienna. That's what it was. That turned out really well. I like that color. I like that color quite a bit. How's it going there, guys? What you up to tonight? You still out there killing bugs in that Helldivers game? How's that been going? Why don't I stream the game? um, well, I've thought about it. I think I'm gonna kind of work my way into doing a little bit of gaming, but uh, the it's Paint Minis Live, and so I'm gonna. I've been struggling with that concept of do I want to go kind of multifaceted, multi niche kind of thing and do the gaming and the other stuff. It's kind of like if you were to watch, you know, why would Extreme Home Makeovers, the show, if you were tuning in to watch Extreme Home Makeovers, and all of a sudden the guy from Extreme Home Makeovers is like on the beach doing metal detecting and talking about how he likes to find random stuff on the beach instead of the like kind of what you came here for was the whole the whole house flipping thing or whatever. That's kind of my take on it. So, but I think I may end up working a little bit of gaming in there because we got a fun group of friends that might provide something entertaining to the wider community. But that'll be more of a side thing. Oh, that's actually like an orc baby. It's a baby. It's a literal meat shield. The minis are going well there, Jack Boy. We're getting there. The orcs should be pretty much finished tonight. I got an early start on them, so hopefully I've got some time to myself a little later on to hop on with you guys. Need to try painting an orc someday using navy blue for shadows and gradually going to yellow for the highlights. Heck yeah, that'd be a pretty trippy orc. I like it though. He's looking pretty gnarly. Gonna do some just quick edge highlighting on his blade. I mean, the highlights on these guys are so at least their blades and weapons and stuff are very quick and easy. Since they're orcs, they kind of you can make them look a little bit more blocky. And it still is like right on the money for what they are and who they be. Yeah, I'll probably be on after the stream for sure. Very nice. Hey, I mean, I think I think it's fine to mix a bit of everything into your channel or whatever, but at least for like PML, I think doing some game streams and stuff. It's gonna be archive material at the end of the day, kind of thing. Light Main is in the house. We have the one and only amazing author, Light Main. Good to see you, Light Main. How you doing? How you doing? I mean, I think it'd be cool to see some model stuff on your channel, but I can't say that I'm not biased, because I'm definitely biased. They're collecting chaos. Mixed blue and yellow. Yeah, you would get green, I believe. Let me just double verify that. We got the world's tiniest keyboard for the show. So if you were to mix, yeah, blue and yellow, yeah, you'd get green. You essentially would get green. This is kind of fun. Maybe we could check this out real quick. They were the lowest watched videos. Hey, I think you're a pretty awesome author. I like your stuff. It's entertaining. Like that's the whole point, right? I think you're a pretty good author. Yeah, let me let's see here. Present. Share screen. All right, share screen. We're gonna go ahead and color theory. All right. So I just pulled this up, and I've used this in the past, but like this color theory wheel from Canva is actually really good. You can see here. I think when this was for Cal's Dwarves. I was kind of looking at this, and I think I wanted to go with like it's a triadic. Yeah, here it is. Tetradic color combo. So essentially it's four colors that work in somewhat of a harmony. And you can just drag your primary color around and see between the hues what your other complementing colors are, especially like for something like if you were going for an analogous maybe for just a part of a mini, you can kind of see what happens to what complementary colors you would want to put in there if you wanted like a three-tone highlight on a mini, or go triadic for a bit more pop or pizzazz, and have you know, your army be blue armor with red as your secondary color for iconography and other things, and then green as a complementing color that's just here or there. And then you got, you know, monochromatic, which is going to be just the next color over, essentially, from what you're looking at. And complementary. Most painters start off with complementary color combos. It's like red and light blue is kind of a big one you see out there. Purple, green, orange and blue, yellow, blue is another big one. That's your Space Marine colors for sure. So, anyways, just kind of a cool thing. I thought I would put that up there for a little education. All right. Well then, back to painting. We got some more orcs to highlight. I did it. They were my lowest watched videos. I now I have to go back into your archives collecting chaos, and I gotta go in there and see exactly. I gotta go see this Hulk model. Just a couple drops will do ya. Man, Cal's been waiting so long for these models. I can't wait for them to get back to him. He's those poor other orcs and dwarves out there who are missing their brethren. Although, you know, I don't know, maybe they'll come back to the orc pack and they'll have like a taste for potato sausage and lefse now that they've been in Minnesota for so long. It's just kind of creeped into their bloodstream. All that good stuff. They'll go back to California and they'll be diehard Vikings fans. Yeah, it kind of is a little bit of a. There we go. Yeah, the color wheel. I mean, once you kind of know what you're looking at and how things work together, it's pretty. It's pretty easy to grasp and get a hold of. But it can be a little intimidating for sure. I can totally understand that. Like just looking at it. Red and blue with yellow accents. Heck yeah. I am myself am very much so partial to a red black kind of color combo with a little bit of yellow in there. I think that's a pretty cool combination of colors. It definitely stands out for sure. That is a good question there, Lightmane. No, I'm done with the Horde of the Damned. That shipped out to Ontario, out to our good friend Dungeon Minister. He has them in his hands. You can go check out his channel or mine, either or. You can go check out in the live section. You should see him receiving the Horde of the Damned. We did a live with that. Otherwise, there's a playlist that I have for the Horde of the Damned, and I believe it's at the end of the playlist he had a live unboxing of them, and it's pretty cool. You should go check out the custom box I did for it. I laser cut a custom Paint Minis Live box of holding. I was hoping to potentially sell those this year. However, those plans have changed right now because my laser cutter and engraver is currently not functioning. We had a really hard snap freeze, and there was nothing in the manual about disconnecting the air coolant or fume extractor from the outside air and the water inside the tube that makes the laser, because it needs to run water through this tube. It's made out of glass, and it froze and shattered, and a replacement is like $300 to $500. So I'm just going to be steadily saving up for a new one so that I can I can go ahead and make you guys some cool boxes of holding for that'll be available for purchase in the future here. But those plans are a little on hold. Yeah. Orange, green, violet, which by a coincidence so happens to be all the colors of the rainbow. Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah, for sure. I've seen some cool rainbow paint schemes on Space Marines. I don't know why, but I've always been a little bit enamored by that. It's not my first choice, but man, there are some folks that pull it off and it looks really cool. Yeah, I currently nothing in the works with Dungeon Minister. Kind of just waiting to see what happens with them during his campaign. I might send him some stuff in the future. I'm not sure, but it's all kind of just a goodwill project because that guy works his butt off and he brings a lot of entertainment to a lot of good folks. So I appreciate that. And think it's important to send him a little care every now and then and just kind of if I can support his game through painting some models, then that's what I'll do when I have when I have the paint time available, because it's cool. I'm really not doing like some super precise highlights on these guys. It kind of is looking better the more and more I kind of just wing this and let the paint kind of fall where it may. Kind of looks like their stuff's a bit more battle damaged and worn out that way. But we can still make some interesting lines and contrasts out of it. Why, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, and it's good to see you back again. It's good to see you. Yeah, the custom box for the Horde of the Damned, man. I was up till because I really wanted to set myself a deadline and follow up with it for the Horde of the Damned, and I was up one night till up through the night into like 3 a.m. I think I got done with actually painting that box. That was grueling, but it was so worth it. I guess purple and violet are. That would be some. That'd be a little bit technical there with whether purple and violet are the same or whatever. But I mean, it's a hue color in my mind, you know. Do a squad of rainbow marines. Sometime in the future, we'll do a squad of rainbow marines. I would not mind giving my stab at it. I mean, I could totally insult the Warhammer 40k community and just go and do a set of My Little Pony Marines, and have like a Devastator with the giant rocket launcher or whatever be like Sparkle Dash or whatever the little ponies' names are. I could do the pony names on their bases, and like just totally insult everyone in that fandom, just for kicks and giggles. I mean, I've heard that if you poke the hornet's nest every once in a while, that it's actually kind of good for your channel, because you get a bunch of a huge influx of views really quickly, and it helps your stuff when it comes to the crazy game of YouTube. Purple is violent. Indeed. We got 6 live chat lounge cats in the in the stream here tonight. What a wonderful thing that is. It's good to see everybody. Man, I think there's maybe a little paint particulate stuck in this brush, like right at the tip. There we go. I think I got it. Talking color combos in the chat. I'm all for it. You'll know Bill has lost his rocker when he starts saying we're gonna go ahead and mix up a little, mix a little of this phthalo blue in with our blah blah blah. You'll know I've totally lost it then. Just saying. Alright, this guy who has been bugging me, this dude was the one that I painted the wrong color silver. We're just gonna go and maybe give him a nice quick rebrand with some of this dark silver, which I used for the other guys, but for some reason thought that I had used just regular silver, so I'm gonna get the paint shaker going. Right on. Phthalo blue and cadmium yellow, yeah. Yeah, you know I'll have lost my mind when I start talking that kind of gibberish. Yeah, you know, you might want to just, yeah, make sure he doesn't have a brush in his hand. It could be used as a weapon, and then just go behind him and just bag him right over the head. just put a bag over his head and then send him to the loony bin. Oh no, guys, he's losing it. Better get the bag ready. There we go. He's looking quite a bit more uniform now. Sorry, and I know I'm kind of wiggling it around in the shot here, but yeah, that looks quite a bit more uniform with his armor now compared to his other guys. There we go. Yeah, I won't mess around with him. I won't mess around with him. That's good advice. That's good advice. All right. So we got 2 more of these orcs to go. I'm gonna get a little bit more silver on the palette here. You know, Cal, those Dungeons and Lasers minis are pretty cool. I might have to whip a couple of them out that I've been working on. Like, I haven't painted them, but just the ones that I have assembled. They are really cool, man. They are really, really cool. I appreciate the trade for the paint time because they are some cool minis. You know, I can't resist now. I gotta show a couple of these guys off. All right. I mean, like, almost lost one. All right, let's check a couple of these out, shall we, folks? Cal sent us these as a trade for the work that I'm doing on his orcs. This is a centipede from Dungeons and Lasers. Look at that sculpt. She ain't bad at all. It's a very nice injection molded mini right there. And it looks good. It looks good. I like it. I can't wait to paint this guy up. What else do we have? Ooh, yeah. We've got a wolf for your wandering monster encounters. Very nice, pretty looking wolf on a rock. I have to say, kind of got a howling at the moon. All right, and last but not least, this big boy. I'm gonna have to back this off a little bit. Is a big boy. Check out this stag. Oh man. That is a cool stag. The horns on that bad boy. I can't wait to get that one painted up too. Oh man, it's a very beautiful looking mini. Quite enjoy it. So big thank you again to Cal for providing us with some very cool minis. Okay. That's added to the description. Okay. Cool. All right, back to what I was doing. Anybody been up to anything fun in Hobbyland these days? You been working on any more trees recently, Cal? Because I really liked those ones you posted in the Discord the other day. Those are some pretty hot models. Pull out a crocodile that's twice the size of the giant crocodile. Yeah, that would definitely be the mama crocodile. That's the one that you were just messing with her kids, and come to find out that mama crocodile was in the area too. Some Frostgrave. Like I said, I've been hearing so much about that game, and I really want to give it a try at some point. I'd love to give Frostgrave a try. I've been hearing good things about it, and it sounds wicked fun. Pretty good, my friend. We're down to 2 left. We have what was it? Scubble Trouble. Scubble Trouble here. The delightful orc that's got 2 skulls. That is some marketing to the max. They're collecting chaos. That is some marketing. Yeah. Hey, there's some. You can get some really cool bits off of like Tonka trucks and stuff for like doing Warhammer orc vehicle builds. I've seen people do hilarious kit batches out of like Fisher Price toys, and it all works. Oh yeah, like the ones you'd find at like the hobby shop or like in the kids section of like the toy store or something for sure. Otherwise, that's uncivilized. Hey, playing with Greys, there's nothing wrong with playing with Greys. If you're there to play and that's what you want to play and you got some Greys, by all means, go do it. Like, I think Cal just wants to flex on everybody for a minute. That's good. I'm just kind of taking my time and picking out the little bits around his armor here as I go around him. Especially since this is kind of our King Cheese model here. We got, you know, Scubble Trouble is the leader of the Orc pack, you know. So you want Scubble Trouble to look quite the part. It's Scubbling time. Red does go faster. It do go faster. Everybody know red goes faster. Especially when you need to get somewhere real quick, right? So you can go Crumpton Gets. Oh, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Primer armies. Each time an army won, it was allowed to paint one item on all of their minis. And at the end of the campaign, everyone had an army that was fully painted. Now that is a great idea. I love that idea. That is such a fun idea. I like it. That is cool. Everybody plays with grays, and then eventually the colors go on as the victories mount. I like that. That is cool. That is really cool. Keep it in focus there, Billy. Alright, well. Oh well. Oh, okay. So you retired them off throughout the when they won so many battles that they were fully painted, so that everybody could catch up. Was there like a mega battle at the end? Come on, you gotta tell me there was a mega battle at the end, because that is just too cool. Cool beans. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't do his other axe. We can't. We cannot allow that. Oh. That's a good thing. I have just a little bit of this other silver left. Kind of just botched that up a little bit. That's okay. It's okay. We can. There we go. All fixed up. Nothing a little bit of the previous color can't fix. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. 2 years had gone by. Holy crap. Okay, so that is definitely a long campaign. Wow. All right. So let's see here. What do we have left? Yeah, his other axe. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. A little camera nudge. A little shaky cam to keep you awake. Kind of keep the show laid back, but every once in a while I gotta keep you on your toes. All right. Our last model for armor highlighting here is going to be our, I don't know what to call this guy, but he's got this, you know, these horns going on. He's looking pretty beastly. I don't know what to call him. If you think of a name, let me know. But not enough to paint another. I can understand that. I can totally understand that. You guys want to see some cool history from back in the day? I'll show you a little cool history from back in the day. I'll show you one of Billy's first models. You guys can check it out. This was like one of my first ever models that I painted. This is a Hell Brute from Warhammer 40k. This is a really old model. I'm missing the base for it. The actual paint on here is like a black Krylon spray paint because I didn't have any. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna mistreat you even further. Let's get that out of the way. But yeah, this was one of the first models that I ever painted as a kid, way back in the day. I was pretty proud of it at the time, but I mean, there's like such a lack of color on this bad boy. I'd love to redo him at some point, but I keep him around to kind of remind me of where I was and how far I've come. I didn't do much with the horns or anything. The face came out really well. I was surprised. It actually turned out really well. But yeah, that's one of my first ever models I painted. And then there's this guy. This guy was kind of the second model that I painted up. It's another Space Marine-y character. I think his face turned out pretty well, all things considered, for not knowing much of anything when it came to painting. The cape turned out all right. I didn't do much for the backpack or anything. It was like, yeah, these were some of my first paints. Yeah, what do you know? Yeah, that's kind of my thought there too. Collecting chaos is that these two models are, you know, a little piece of my painting history, and kind of a little, you know, they show the progress that I've made as a painter, which I quite enjoy. Okay, so let's get this guy all settled up, ready to go. He's gonna get his highlights on him and join the ranks. By the way, thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. It's always good to have a little company while you paint, or do a lot of projects in life, I've found. It always helps to have just a little bit of company. I think the highlighting step adds quite a bit to a model, I'm not gonna lie. It adds a lot more character. I mean, if you just take a little bit of time to do it, it's not a lot of skin off your back, and it ends up making things look just that much more cool. I think our guy is looking pretty good. Is definitely looking pretty good. All right. On to the next step, which is a fun step. We're gonna do a little bit of that wash on these guys. I think I'm gonna wash them out with some of this Reichland Flesh Shade. Tomorrow we're going to be working on our adult silver dragon, who is getting very close to completion as well. This big bad boy, we're going to be working on him tomorrow, or her. I'm not sure exactly how to tell if it's a boy or a girl. There ain't much on it in the way that would tell you. However, it's turning out pretty well, and I'm looking forward to stamping a done on that project, because it has been quite the slog to get it to the point where it kind of needs to be. But yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. So tomorrow night we're going to be working on that. Is that dragon a 3D print? No, it is not. That is actually a legitimate WizKids product, I think. I saw it at a local hobby shop, and it just was not moving. They had I had seen how many stickers they had like replaced on it, trying to get somebody to buy it with the price like fluctuating. And I just went up to the counter and I was like, "Hey, I really want this." It looks like the sticker's been kind of like, there's been like a lot of them on there. You know, it's pretty expensive. I like it, but like, can you give me like a little bit of a deal, just a little bit? It's not moving, but if you just give me a little deal, I'll pay for it. Walk out of here. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a little bit of deal. How does $10 sound? I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And so I ended up walking out with the dragon. So at some point we'll be sending that one off to the Dungeon Delver as a thank you um, for helping out the channel get our start. Trying to pull the wash out of his eyes. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I may have. I'm kind of coming back to these washes after quite a while of not really using this brand. I'm kind of remembering you have to pull it. You have to kind of pull it around the model, push it into the cracks and crevices where you need it to go for it to work right. But plus, it gets this kind of cool tinty color to all the places that need it. Really kind of brings your paint jobs together when you get to this washing stage. You know, you do all your hard work with the highlight stage, and then once you get here, it's kind of just you're kind of getting to the point where your mistakes are going to get hidden by this one simple step. Plus it'll put a little bit of color in all of the recesses that are gonna make your model look that much nicer, like this little baby guy. We started putting them in here. The highlight I thought was maybe a bit too much. And once we put this on here, it's gonna kind of dull down our highlights just a little bit so that they maybe fit a bit more with this model. You'll see what I mean when they dry. You get a good idea. I think one of these, yeah, this guy already had that wash put on, and you can kind of see, at least on his face. I think I did his face, but you can see how it looks much. It's got a bit more depth to it now. But I think that turned out really well. Especially when it finds its way into the cracks and crevices between the muscles. It looks real good. At some point, I would really like to paint up like some kind of workout bro model. You know, one of those absolutely overly, you know, there's not enough pecs on the planet that would convince me that you could have 37 pecs in that, like, in that area. One of those models. I don't think that guy's quite ready. I think he needs a little touch-up work done on him for his skin tone. Is there anything in particular you're looking for tips and tricks there, Mike? That maybe I can point you in a direction on or answer any questions for you? Because by all means, I'm free and open for Q&A. I just saw earlier how you were talking about. You said you were here for the tips and tricks. So if there's something in particular you're you're interested in, let me know. We'll get you sorted. All right. The highlighting and washing, kind of what you're looking at. Um, Here's a couple of things for you. That uh, the highlighting part for me, like these guys are pretty quick, simple highlights. It's mostly just edge highlighting on the armor. You throw a little bit in places you think the light would just bounce from. It's nothing super crazy for these particular models. Often going for raised edges on panels. I forget that my finger is an absolute sausage, so we'll use a little pointer. But like raised edges. Do I have anything that's maybe not so? Here we go. A dental pick might show up a little bit better, but like raised edges on his armor here, the shoulder lines, hitting up those, the crests on the shoulder pauldron here, because it's a pretty important part of the model. You know, a lot of these models, they go for the crazy wing doos on the shoulders and stuff. Kind of just doing a little edge highlighting on the axe. I went a little bit extra into the top and the bottom, just because I think it looks a little bit cooler, especially from a distance. I mean, you guys are seeing this really zoomed in. Like that's my finger compared to the model. And then, you know, I've got the little dental pick here, but yeah. So all those little bits, it's just a lot of picking out raised edges and little bits in his armor that goes for highlighting. And you do that, you got yourself, you know, your models already are looking pretty good, just right on the tabletop. And again, you're viewing this, you know, from much farther back. And little important parts, like I said, this little cleft on the helmet here, whatever you want to call it, the strip on top of the helmet is kind of a nice little bit of the model, so I highlight that to draw the eye there. The chainmail on the shoulder here because it just looks cool. You know, I did a little bit of, you know, some of these lines are thicker than I usually put on them, but we're working with a quantity of models here that, you know, I can take a little bit of liberty. Plus they're orcs and it kind of fits with their overall theme. For the washes, we're using Citadel's Reichland Flesh Shade. This I find works really well with pink skin tones or like light light brown skin tones, this works really well with that. When it comes to really dark complexions, like a salamander space marine, where they're almost basalt black, I wouldn't even mess with washing that. You wouldn't really need to. Um, Another one that I'll show you tonight here. I'll have to go dig it out of the bucket. It's another Citadel wash. I do like Citadel's washes. I will put that out there. I haven't tried Monument's Pro Acryl washes yet, but um, I'd like to. I rather like their products. This is an old bottle of Citadel Null and Oil. Would highly recommend this, especially over silver. I don't know why, but man, this on some silver it looks pretty wicked. Maybe we'll go after this guy. You can already kind of see he's drying, but you can already kind of see how, especially in this bit around his jaw, how the wash, and for this I just use downstrokes on the brush, but on his jaw here you can see where the red from that wash is really soaked in there. Strong tone, I know there's a lot of people that it seems like strong tone's kind of a it's got its own cult following. It's just whatever you prefer to use for a wash, or whatever company you get your wash from. If you find one that you like, this is, it's just basically almost a brown wash, I believe. Yeah, it's just kind of like this like burnt sienna wash, essentially. You can make your own with some alcohol or whatever, if you really wanted to make some like yourself, but you could use some burnt sienna and some alcohol or whatever else. There's recipes on YouTube for it if you want to go check out how to make them. But yeah, just his mouth got a little bit redder there, so it draws your eyes to the teeth a little bit, which I haven't painted yet, but I will. And when I do, you'll see that nice kind of undertone. Same thing with the baby here. When we started this out, the baby had highlights on him that were really bright. And when we added the wash, it's now kind of clumped it all together into this nice red hue, this skin tone rich hue. So browns work really well over pinks, and then as well as kind of light brown flesh tones. I could probably even put some on his on the brown cloak or whatever he's got on, but I kind of like this the way it is. It's simple. It looks nice. I'll show you what it kind of looks over silver. What this Null and Oil will do over silver, and Cal uses medium tone, slightly diluted with water. Most work better diluted. You can add more later, for sure. I tend to go straight from the pot though. So I'm just taking this guy. Sorry, here we go. Back in the shot. I'm just taking this guy a little bit of Null and Oil on his armor here. This is gonna dull the highlights a little bit, but I think it'll be worth it because it's gonna catch all of the recessed areas. You don't need a ton, but if you really like the effect that this gives off, and you really want to go down that route, go for that look. Go for it. It's your model. Make it yours. Make it stand out. Then you just kind of give them a bath. When you get to the parts that are big enough to do that with, you just kind of give them a bath in it. This will be another pretty good example bit to do for you. Like these teeth on his pauldron, you know, they look cool now. If I put a little bit of this in there, it's gonna really make it pop, because this is gonna sink into all the recesses and make them basically black. Make it just a little bit more grittier. I tend to really go after the streaking oil look, or like, yeah, streaking grime look. But I use that a lot. It's kind of a crutch for me. So I'm trying to get away from it a little bit. Because I'd like to become more, I'd like to be more skilled as a painter and keep challenging myself with different techniques and different styles. You can also use a little bit of stippling too. If you have a lot on your brush, you can kind of stipple it right into the areas it needs to go. Kind of a cool effect though. We'll check up on him in a little bit when he's dry. For now, I'm going to go back to the Reikland Flush Shade and just make sure all these guys are buttoned up. Yeah, I would, I was shown the dip method and never tried it. Do you just straight up... Hey, that's what we're here for. You know, we're just nerds doing nerd stuff, sharing the nerd love. Definitely would pump up contrast paints if you're using them, and you use a little bit of this. You use a little bit of the some of these washes. It'll definitely blow up the contrast for sure. It'll look nice. It'll look nice. And I'm assuming that this dip method is you literally just try and, I don't know how you would get one of these guys to go in this bottle, but yeah, or I guess maybe you could dump it out and dip it in there, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard of that one. Thanks, Collecting Chaos. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a cheerleader in the chat. I do. That's good. Yeah, streaking grime for sure. It is really good for vehicles and terrain. It looks really good for anything you want to make look like it is just been out in the dirt for days and days and days. That's the streaking grime. I use streaking grime on these guys, and you can see just how dirty and like just filthy they look. I mean, that's kind of their whole point, but you can really tell. I mean, it is just filthy to the max when you put that streaking grime on them. And this is, I wipe a decent amount of it off, but when it gets into those recesses, I mean, it even like, they feel filthy, like to the touch, which is kind of nuts to me. Again, thank you, Collecting Chaos, for being a cheerleader in the chat. Most appreciated. Oh, you dunk them in a can of wash. Okay, got it. Cool. That really helps that up. Cal's calling for the golem.
Those filthy washes, always dunking with the mud in the can to do the thing and the stuff. We put the mortar into can and then we shake it up. Yes, we do, brothers.
All right, well, our orc boys are looking good. I think I missed one of them here, so we're gonna hit this guy with the wash. What time are we hitting here? About 8:30. Okay, cool beans. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. We've made some excellent progress tonight, folks. Well, I'm glad I could deliver. I'm glad I could deliver. You know, at some point, maybe for the Paint Minis Live anniversary, we'll have to, I'll have to put on maybe some kind of comedy act or something for the night's entertainment and do all of the impersonations I can muster, or at least all the ones that I'm still good at. And we'll do that. We'll have a little comedy show and just kind of celebrate Paint Minis Live and our entire community of painters, gamers, creators, and hobbyists, hobby enthusiasts. And we'll do that. I haven't even, man, I need to do that. I really should do that. A Paint Minis Live anniversary. Would you guys go to a Paint Minis Live anniversary live stream? Would that be something you'd be interested in? Just out of curiosity, our 1-year anniversary, I think, I'm not sure if we've quite hit it yet, but we can definitely check it out and see how far away we are. All right. Maybe. Okay. That's a fair answer. I would accept. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check Paint Minis Live here and see how long. We could bring some friends on too. Maybe invite some friends from around the net to come in and just hang out for a bit. How long ago was Paint Minis Live started? Well, I joined that. That was quite a ways off. Let's see, it probably would be the first live that I did would give me an idea. Yeah, let's do that. 9 months ago, folks. This channel started 9 months ago, and we have blasted through we've blasted through some Death Guard miniatures. We did some Pox Walkers that I just showed off. We did what else did we do? We did a human fighter for Kyle Schwant's birthday. That guy got sent off to Australia, so that's cool. We did the Red Dragon over the course of 36 hours worth of paint, I think, something like that. We did the Horde of the Damned. That was quite a bit of hours right there sunk. We started the Abyssal Dwarves. That's for sure. Heck, we did Sapphire's female fighter model. We did we started a Let's Play for Rogue Trader. Still working on Cal's models. Cal, I got your mail call 4 months ago. I've had these models for 4 months. I gotta finish this project. I'm gonna lose my brain, dude. 4 months. Oh, the pain. The pain. But yeah, it looks like yeah, we're 8 months and 123 subscribers in 8 months. We have grown, friends. We have grown quite a bit. And that's thanks to you guys. and your kindness and your interest that we're still doing it 8 months later. I wouldn't be here if there wasn't any fun in it, and if I didn't have the support from people like you who watch the stream, and also in the replay. If you're watching later on and you just put me on in the background to do your chorin too or whatever, thank you for being a part of this journey. I have a lot of fun doing it. Let's see here. I think that's where I'm gonna tap for tonight. About 2 hours worth of stream time in for Cal's orcs and tonight. They are sitting very pretty. Almost done with those guys. Then we'll move on to his dwarves. Finally finish those guys up. I might just send I guess I could send them all at once, but been waiting so long. Do you want these in batches? Like, should I just send the orcs back so you can work on? Because I know you want to like color match them, right, Cal, or do something with them. If you're if you want just the orcs back when they're done, I can package them up, ship them. It's no problem. I'm taking care of all the shipping on it. We'll just get them right back to California for you, and then when the dwarves are done, I'll do the same thing. I'll just package them up, send them right back. Okay, send them all together. We'll go ahead and send them all together then. But I'm kicking on it. I'm working. We're deep in the trenches. Again, everybody, tomorrow at 7:45 Central Time, we're going to be working on the adult silver dragon, and so be excited, and hopefully we'll see you there in the live chat, all you fun live chat lounge cats. Hopefully we'll see you guys back again tomorrow for a little bit more paint time. With that being said, thank you to Calvinoni, the one and only, Collecting Chaos, the Lord of Comics, Mike Dymart, who is near and dear to my heart. This is getting complicated with the names. Thank you to Lightmane, who stopped in for a little while, a amazing author of an amazing series. Go check out his work on YouTube. It's an audiobook series. Bumblebee 19, better known as Chuck. Spartan Nerd 314, who is my good friend and compatriot Jack, stopped by, and the one and only Tonka Todd. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Bye, everyone.